Hello everybody and welcome back to FM23 for the Youth Academy Guiseley save, and we're back a lot earlier than normal because we've got a pretty big game coming up. So let's dive into the game and see what's going on. Yes, welcome back ladies and gentlemen, and we're starting in the under 18s because new Patreon, Kristin Agnarsson, I'm going to say I may have butchered that name, has requested an actual player that's already come through. So Rudy Waterfall is the person he requested. He pinpointed this player and said, this is the guy I think is going to go pretty far and do pretty well. So Rudy Waterfall, he's being rated. He's the one that he picked. He will now become Kristin, I've got to spell this right, Agnarsson. Kristin Agnarsson. We'll go with that. I really hope I'm not butchering your name too much. But there we go. So Kristin Agnarsson, thank you very much for your extra support to the channel. Very much appreciated. All those that are Patreons or members and don't have their name in the game, you'll be getting your name in the game at the next youth intake, unless there is a definitive player already in the game that you would like to pick as your player. So just let me know. But a good number of you in it now. We are getting there and it is going pretty good. But we're back today because we're going to be taking on Leicester City away in the Carabao Cup third round. Now, this is the tie we've been waiting for a long, long time to allow us to get some much needed gate receipts into the club. I've got a feeling it's still 50-50, similar like the FA Cup when you go away to a big game. The gate receipts are split 50-50 between both teams. So hopefully Leicester sell out. They probably won't because it's the Carling Cup, but hopefully they sell out their stadium, which is 40,000 people, I think. Yeah, 40,000 all-seater King Power Stadium. So hopefully we get some money in from this one. So we're looking at it 1.22 or 1.2 in the negative is where we stand at the moment. So hopefully we get a big payday out from this game against Leicester. But yeah, looking at the schedule, the last episode was Wrexham. We lost 2-1. As I said, it was a pretty decent performance at the time. It was a late goal that gave Wrexham the win. We actually beat Sheffield Wednesday on penalties in this one. Amazing. Bertrand missed his, but everyone else scored for us, which was good. We followed that up with a 3-2 win over Oxford. We then lost to Fylde 2-1, which is very disappointing because they're not a very good team, but Lewis Salt got himself sent off, which didn't really help. We beat Lincoln City in the second round of the EFL Cup 2-1, which was lovely stuff. Beat Peterborough 1-0 in the league. Beat Leicester under 21s 3-1 in the EFL Trophy. Bristol Rovers have beat them 2-1. We drew with Ebbsfleet 0-0 and have just lost to Notts County 2-1. So it's been a little interesting. We don't normally come back in September. We normally come back all the way in December. But I thought playing a big team like Leicester away from home is going to be a pretty good game to do live on camera. So the curse will probably continue. We'll probably lose this one and it will be another loss live on camera. But we'll see how it goes. No other news to report really. The finances are still pretty much in the mud, but I'm hoping this big game will allow us to recoup some money. Let's say it would be very helpful if that happened. Only one injury to really speak of note. Carlos Hurtley out for 7 days and 2 weeks. He's been getting a little bit of game time here and there. 2 appearances this season. Not the best start, but we are playing reasonably well. So we're going to go into this game against Leicester with a pretty good squad. A few tired legs here and there, but we should still be okay to play and then rest the next day. But yeah, let's get into it. We're going to take on Leicester. So starting in our more cautious approach is what we're going to do against Leicester. We will start with Scott Lloyd in goal. I'd love to play Ben Spence, but I don't think against a Premier League team it's going to be very good. But he is playing every EFL Cup game. That is what Ben Spence is doing this season. He will get every single EFL Cup game or the EFL Trophy game, and see how he gets on to help his development. Okay, on the right-hand side, in the more defensive shape, we're going to go with Max Whittam at right back. He is fully fit for this one. In the middle, we will obviously go for Priest, although he's a little bit tired. No, do you know what we're going to do? We're going to go for a bit more pace. Kaminski's going to go in there, and then we're going to have Dominic Johnson. Although now I'm thinking, do you put Kaminski on cover? Because he's got pace 10 isn't amazing. Acceleration 14. Dominic Johnson, pace 10, acceleration 8. Will Jones, acceleration 9, pace 9. So Kaminski is the fastest. So let's just change these up a little bit because he's got a little bit more pace. So Kaminski can cover at the back. That's not a problem. Left wing back then. on that side. Who should we go with this one? I'm tempted to play Tammy there, but I think it's got to be Faulkner. He is our starting left back nowadays, so he'll be in there. Lewis Salt in the anchor role and Hanif Bertrand next to him in the playmaker role. He'll eventually start moaning that he's going to get tired, but whatever. And then our front four in this more narrow system, we're going to go with Shane Stitt on the right, and we're going to go the more experienced three. So it'll be Stitt, Fearon and Curran all in behind all press. Thorpe on the bench, Swamber and Cox on the bench, Harris on the bench, Eddie Healy and Steve Bonner on the bench. We'll go with Priestnall, we'll go with Jones, and we will put Ben Spence on the bench as well. And that's our lineup. Let's get into it. Okay, it does look like Leicester have gone pretty full strength. That is, as far as I'm aware, some of their best players. We'll go and check them out in a minute to see what the difference actually is. I think we go for... the pressure's all on them. We've got nothing to lose. We've made the third round. We've got a Premier League tie, which is exactly what we wanted. Ideally, you want it in the FA Cup as well. But yeah, we'll go and have a look at their players. So Bartolek up front, a 4-3-3 DM, which is interesting. I'm sort of like, does that mean we want to focus down the wings potentially and put our wingers back out, avoid the holding midfielder? But we'll start like this for now. Let's get back into 3D. As you can see, I've been doing lots of my tactical tweaks playing in 2D, which is pretty crucial. So here is Bartolek up front. Not too bad. He's not amazing, but he has played 5 times in the Premier League this year. 5 goals last for them in the Premier League. Supporting him, he's got Zimmer on the left. Again, he's not... doesn't look incredible. Only recently... well, no, they signed him ages ago, but he's had 3 loan spells out, so they're obviously giving him a go this season. On the right is Martini. He looks like he could be quite useful, very quick on the wing, but again, not a great start. £21.5 million they've just paid for him. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one against Leicester. A real test for Guiseley. Again, assuming we're going to lose, but I think we play it by ear and see what happens as Whittam has a throw into Stitt. Back to Whittam. Cross in. There's a header. Oh, Diaz with the save. Johnson picks it up. Bertrand, he's going to hold on to it. Back to Johnson. There's Faulkner. He puts it in. Oh, all press I thought might get that first, but the first real highlight of note, and it's a big save from Diaz in goal for Leicester. He goes long with his kick. It's head down to Bartolek. Here's Martini. Out to Fabio Cesar. He's easily got the pace to get past his man. Puts a cross in. Whittam heads it away. Stitt flicks it on. Lanferman brings it forward to the byline. Keeps it in play. Cut back, and that's a goal. And from one end to the other, we had a great opportunity. Good save from their keeper. And Leicester show their quality. It doesn't look like a sellout, which is a little bit irritating. But Lanferman got in. He just about kept it in play. Dinked it across, and Merlar was there. Scott Lloyd's got no chance in goal with that one. But, you know, we had a good highlight. We had a good opportunity. We are playing Leicester. I mean, we're not going to be expected to win. Not expected to win this one. But I feel like if we can just create some opportunities, see what we can do, I don't think we're going to have many sort of chances of much possession. So Bartolek, obviously, yeah, deep lying forward. He's the one dropping in to the sort of this sort of role. So I don't know what we do. I don't really want to man mark him, but we can tightly mark him, trigger the press. No, we don't want to trigger the press because I don't want our defenders following him out into this zone to leave in spaces behind. So let's go into our players, and we're going to say when someone's in your zone, let's mark them tightly with both of you, like so, and get our holding midfielders to say you're going to be our defensive linchpins in there. As Stitt tried to turn, didn't get away. Mergel, the goal scorer on the ball. Cano, Mergel on it again. Robinson, ball through. Bartolek, and it's 2-0. And we've just made those little tweaks, and it's a bit too late. 2-0 to Leicester, the Premier League team. A canter here coming through. A good bit of passing from them, to be honest. Mergel into Robinson. Lovely first time pass. Bartolek showed a good bit of pace, and Kaminsky on the cover couldn't quite get back. But it's a shame. It's a shame that's happened just as we were making a few changes. But let's see what happens now. Whittam into Salt. Salt is... he's done really well to get around 2 tackles. Stitt then loses out. They've looked for Bartolek again. He lays it back to Zimmer. Zimmer into Diallo. Bartolek, great first touch, and he's offside. I think he's offside. It's going to be interesting. Lloyd's out there arguing. It's been awarded. It's 3-0. That must be very close. Zimmer just held it up all the way back to Diallo, and then he's just come in off that wing. He's well onside. Well onside. Lloyd just drops to his knees. And, yeah, Leicester taking control of this one. I've got a feeling we might as well. In the second half, let's just, let's win the second half. Let's go out and say that. And then we'll go a bit more attacking into our more attacking shape and see if we can push a little bit higher up. Go and get some chances on goal. Give our fans something to cheer about. It's been a tough game. I mean, they've scored 3 goals from an XG of 1. So they are playing above what their XG states. Fabio Cesar up towards Bartolek. It's good interception from Johnson. Back to Lloyd. He goes long. All press. Gets there first. Lays it back to Whittam. Into Lewis Salt. Whittam down the line to Stitt. A bit more adventurous this. That's a penalty, ref. That's a penalty. Come on. Michael Oliver has pointed to the spot. They're going to check with VAR to see if it was in or outside the box. It is inside the box. Who's going to take it? I don't even know who our penalty taker is this season. It's Taron Allpress, and he fires it home. 3-1. We've got something to shout about as we go slightly more attacking for the second half, and it pays off. Stitt winning a penalty, and Allpress just putting it straight down the middle, making it 3-1, which is good, which is lovely to see. You know, give the Guiseley fans something to cheer about and chat about on their way back to the Leeds area, as we've got a few. We can make a few changes here. Let's do Curran off for Swamber, Cox on for Fearon, Bertrand not having a good game either. Bertrand off for Healy, and Kaminsky off for Malik Priestnall. We'll go with that because Kaminsky wasn't having a good game. And neither is Dominic Johnson, so we'll do both centre backs coming off, and that is 5 substitutions with 65 minutes gone. So let's just give everybody a bit of encouragement, and we're just going to see this one out as it is. But 3-1, we've scored a goal at a Premier League team. Even if it was just a penalty, I will take that. And we're actually, XG-wise, back in this game, but you can see not creating very much other than the penalty. Fabio Cesar onto Bartolek. In it goes. Good tackle. All press. Swings it out. Really good pass out to Whittam. Whittam had runners on beyond him then. Salt. Ball through into Stitt, who won the first penalty. Shane Stitt. Stitt! Oh, it could have been 3-2 and squeaky bum time at the end. But we couldn't quite put it in. And we're going to come away from this game with a higher XG than Leicester. So I think the moral victory. We will take the moral victory against Leicester. I have no idea how many people were here. That's more what I'm interested in, to be honest. If we look at the numbers, we should have won. So, yeah, trust the process. Let's give them. It's a bit of encouragement, that, isn't it? Saying you played well, we created the chances. There's a lot of fans there. They must be our fans. But 3-1, we lose to Premier League Leicester. But what was the crowd? That's all we want to know. What was attendance? 14,000. Oh, that's not very many of a 40,000 stadium. That's not very many. We do get defeat. I don't think it would have gone through to the finances yet. Oh, it did. 200k. Not bad. Not bad. So we get 200k from losing to Leicester in the EFL Cup third round. Hopefully this year we can mount some sort of a FA Cup run as well, because obviously you do get more money for the FA Cup, especially if you get drawn away at a Premier League team in the FA Cup. So, yeah, 3-1 loss, better XG in that second half. We should be very disappointed with the result. They weren't the noticeably better team, and we've come out of the game with a big loss. So, they took their chances. Right, now we will most likely be back. FA Cup first round still hasn't been drawn, so we'll likely be back in December for Youth Intake Preview Day, and then a game I would probably say is going to be, maybe we'll come back like we've been doing recently actually, the first of game in January, so Lincoln City, and in that game, before that game, we'll look at the Youth Intake Preview. But yeah, there we go. So thank you all to the members and the patrons. If you want your name in the game, you just sign up as a member below or click on the link in the description, take your Patreon. I don't expect it. If anyone's enjoying the series enough that they feel they'd like to extrally donate, that is lovely. But if you would like to just like and subscribe, they are both free. So you can do those by clicking the relevant buttons down below. But thank you so much for watching. A short, quick video. A short, quick loss to Leicester. But I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.